Hey guys, welcome back to this place. If you are new, welcome here for the very first time. I'm Carmen, and today we are delving into season 2 of For All Mankind. This is season 2, episode 1. I absolutely loved season 1, even though it completely tore my heart to shreds and made me cry all of the time. I really loved it, and I cannot wait to see what season 2 brings. So without any further ado, you guys know where we are. Let's see where we're going this season.
Soviet strategic missiles are larger, more numerous, and more powerful than those of the United States. If we desire peace, the way to achieve it is through our strength. We are today the last best hope of man on Earth. We who have thrown the windows of our souls open to the sun. The eyes of all people are upon us as they look to the heavens, to the highest hill in the sky, where we have built a city that will bring the light of freedom to the world.
Okay, sounds like a little bit of propaganda, but
2 weeks of darkness and you don't want to see the sun come up?
I've seen it more times than I can remember.
she's probably
The next space commander went out with him, and I wanted him to get a chance to bond before I hand the keys over next week.
she's probably been up
So
there
while
quite a few
everyone
times.
else is out enjoying the show, I'll have the whole base pretty much to myself for what will probably be the very last time.
She doesn't think
And I intend to enjoy every minute of it.
And I won't keep you.
she's not gonna go back up
Love you.
again.
Love you too.
And there's quite a few of them now, huh? You, ooh. I want to see the Russian base. Zvezda, right?
Oh, Army Air Force tickets at the 50-yard line. What'd you do, get Emma to rob the White House?
She's an old second-story gal from way back.
Well, thanks, really.
Football game, I guess.
What's it gonna cost me?
They're a gift. But if you wanted to make Emma feel like her efforts were appreciated, you might consider allowing the Kentucky to land at Edwards tonight. And maybe also free up some space for a couple of polar launches from Vandenberg.
Well, I can clear the Kentucky to land at Edwards, but you know the Pentagon really doesn't like having unsecured vehicles and crews at Vandenberg.
Come on, Nelson. I've got orbiters double parked at Edwards, and you've got 3 open launch windows before the next military shuttle's even scheduled. Come on.
So they need to
I'll
get
tell the crews to wear blindfolds so they don't see anything they're not supposed to.
more ships up.
I'm sorry. I wish I could, but everyone's still on edge after what happened in Berlin.
Oh, Berlin was almost a year ago.
Well, it hadn't gotten any better, and in some ways it's gotten worse. So, sorry.
Okay. It was worth a try.
Yeah, here you go.
No. They're a gift. I hear the Falcons might be headed to a bowl game this year.
From your lips to God's ears. And, hey, I owe you one.
You certainly do.
Morning, Miss Madison.
Morning, ma'am.
Gary, Elena.
God, she hates me.
She's from
I
Bones.
think everyone hates you.
Not everyone, just, management.
I love her.
The Admiral is a tough old squid, and he'll be impressed by your courage.
I wonder who the Admiral's gonna be. Ed?
You know, they
Gordo?
say he hates redheads.
Come.
It's Ed. Or nice
Hey,
voice.
Chief. You got a minute?
Can't you see I'm on the green at the 9th hole at Pebble Beach?
Oh, right.
Okay, yeah, I can come back in a little bit.
I'm on the carpet in my office.
He's like, calm the fuck down.
I was hoping to discuss.
Yeah. You want a prime crew slot?
Yes, sir.
Prime crew slot.
On Pathfinder.
A Pathfinder? Wow, that's ambitious. You think you're ready to be prime crew on the maiden voyage of America's next generation shuttle?
Yes, sir.
Vehicle that will redefine space travel as we know it and propel this country to Mars and beyond?
Yes, sir.
Mars and beyond.
I like ambition in a pilot.
But
You're gonna be one hell of an astronaut.
Thank you, sir.
But
I'll let you know when you're ready.
well, he did the thing that he said he would do again. Well, maybe being ready
You know, I've been here 3 years
is
now.
challenging
sir.
when you're ready.
Qualified as orbiter pilot, LSAM pilot, lunar prospector, robotic arms specialist, and astroastronomer. Been Capcom on 5 shuttle moon flights and 2 orbital repairs. Been back up on 6 crew. And my performance evaluation is consistently in the 95th percentile. I've done
Got
everything
gray
this
now.
program has asked of me. And so far, the closest I've been to space is standing on top of the gantry on Pet 39A. Why can't I get a flight?
I don't like redheads. Everyone knows that.
Mine's fake.
When do I get my shot?
Just trust me when I tell you that when you're ready, I'll let you know. Now, I think it'd be a great idea for you
To get out of
to
my
get
office.
foot off my ball.
Yeah.
Thank you. You can close the door behind you.
He's trying. I think I might like him. Ed likes fucking with people.
With that, I'll be happy to answer your questions.
So he got a little belly too.
Yes, sir.
How y'all go to the bathroom in space?
Well, let me tell you, without gravity, they gotta use air suction to make sure things go in the right direction. So you could say when you take a crap in space, the shit really hits the fan.
That's disgusting,
Yes.
honestly.
I'm sure you get this all the time, but would you mind telling us the story of how you saved that poor girl who broke her arm on the moon?
He didn't even want to lie about it.
Well, it had been a rough week
Poor Gordo.
on the old Jamestown base. And it was different in those days. The base was just a single room. Barely enough space for 3 people to live and work together. Not like the palace they got up there now. It was the middle of the night. I rolled out of my rack before I was even awake.
She's worried that the second we put weapons on Pathfinder, that it'll become a military asset and outside her jurisdiction.
She's not wrong.
Right?
I mean, I go to the Pentagon a lot more than I'd like to these days, and I guarantee you the Joint Chiefs up there, they love to add Pathfinder to their little fleet out of Vandenberg.
Even if that were true, there will be plenty of new shuttles for everyone. Eventually. It's the future.
Yeah, well, how fast does it go?
Fast enough. 65.
That's a toy.
Speed limit's 55.
For some people.
I was gonna say, I remember how they were driving in that one episode. They don't be going 55 or 65.
I'm gonna be able to pay off the second mortgage on the house next month.
Oh, that's good.
Full year ahead of schedule.
Wow. Hell of a job, honey. Congratulations.
Thank you, I deserve it.
Yes, you do.
Deserve every bit of it.
Where's the cheese?
Right here.
No, the cheese.
Oh, jeez.
You know what he wants.
Come on, Dad, this is real Parmesan.
Oh,
not this plastic
did
shit
they have
in
to
a
opt?
green container you call cheese.
It's good enough for the customers.
Not anymore, now it's fresh grated every day.
I gotta use a spoon.
It's.
You can't even shake it over the spaghetti.
He wants like string cheese on spaghetti. That's disgusting.
You know, William and Mary has one of the best English programs in the entire country, not to mention a wonderful theater program.
Completely.
Theater? You're talking about studying theater now?
Your decision.
I don't know, maybe.
What's wrong with theater?
It's just a random thought.
Oh, no. Engineering, physics, computer science.
I was a theater major.
You got good enough grades.
And an English major.
We're not going to push any particular course of study or college, are we, Dad?
Let's not hate Ed.
You should pursue anything that you want. All right, you find your passion.
Yeah, find real cheese while you're at it.
That's literally so much more real than squeezed cheese.
American hero Tracy Stevens.
Tracy! Look at her. She's like a star. Good for her.
Wow, what is she wearing?
A nice dress.
Nice.
Great to see
She's
you.
wearing plenty. A whole ass dress.
Is that a new ring on your finger?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did she get remarried?
And does it mean something special?
It does. When Sam and I were in Vegas, we got married.
Congratulations. Wow. That's great. Good for you.
Oh, my God.
Guys, can you grab a close-up of this?
Oh, goodness.
Who is Sam?
What the hell, Trace?
She didn't say she was getting married. She kind of sounded loopy. So I didn't think it was important. Mom just being mom.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's their son. So obviously they got divorced at some point, which is
Hello?
I was liking them last I saw. Seems like they own the outpost now. Haven't seen Pam. I don't know if she owned it or if she was just the bartender, but
There is a very large
Prominence extending out to the corona. It's like a major solar flare, but it's bigger than anything I've ever seen. Houston, the prominence is at least 100,000 kilometers long already, and I'm reading a shower of proton radiation.
Solar flow that size, there's a good chance we're going to have interference across the broadcast spectrum. Let's alert the FCC and get them ready
Flight?
for that.
okay.
JPL just lost contact with the Mariner 14 probe. There was a surge in proton radiation, and then zip, like, it got fried.
Mariner 14 is just inside the orbit of Mercury.
So it can't be related to the flare, it's too fast. Those plasma clouds never move that quickly.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe we've just never seen it move that fast.
Get management in here.
Yeah, it seems like a big deal, whatever's happening.
It's bigger than anything recorded, period.
Is that chili?
Is that relevant at this moment, sir?
But this isn't a CME, this is hard proton radiation. That's deadly. And it's traveling at 30% the speed of light.
What does that mean?
Just really freaking fast.
Okay, thank you. I need you to dumb it down for me sometimes. Can you run? I can't imagine you can't go that fast.
Recommend go to DEFCON 3.
What does that mean? No.
Understood.
Don't start shit. Don't start shit.
Hold on. DEFCON 3? That's 2 steps away from nuclear war. This is a solar storm.
If the Soviets lose eyes on us, they're going to worry that we might take advantage of the situation and strike first. And in that case, they might decide to launch their missiles to keep us from destroying them on the ground.
So,
crazy.
Yeah, y'all being too fucking trigger happy.
Let's hope so.
Both of y'all being too trigger happy. That's what that tells me. Hey, crap, ma'am, you gotta go in. Go.
Molly, this is Ellen. The storm is seconds from impact. All communication will be disrupted, so you and Wubbo need to remain in place.
It monitors their exposure to radiation.
Why is she taking it
the
off?
whole time they're on the moon.
What is she doing?
Your badge is green. Your body's clean. Your badge is red.
You dead?
It's not good. Let's put it that way. It's not good at all.
She's being dumb. She's being dumb as fuck. If you were gonna do this, you should have done it before the fucking radiation hit. You could have already been at least halfway there. Like, she's a good person. Like, I get it. Like, better person than me. But like, sometimes you gotta look out for yourself. That's all I'm saying. Now they're probably both gonna die from the exposure to radiation. That's what yours gonna look like. Oh damn, is that the end? Okay, so let's start with Molly at the end. So I know that I'm supposed to be like, oh, like she's so brave and heroic and like she just cares about people and she's doing this really nice thing to give him a chance to live. I do think that. But I also think that it was just like a really foolish choice, right? Where she's like risking her life when he's been exposed to that much radiation already. He's injured. Like, there's a very good possibility that he could have been dead when she found him already. And then, like, so she's risking her life for what? And again, maybe that's just like she's a better person than me, sure. But, like, what are y'all doing? It just feels foolish, doesn't it? Am I the only one? Like, let me know what your thoughts were. Maybe it's because I care about Molly and like I've gotten to know her over the course of the first season and we've seen like her struggles and all of that stuff. And like we don't really know this Wovo or whatever his name is, right? So like probably if it was like Ed or somebody that was out there, like I would be more like, no, do it, like you have to try, you know. So maybe it's just my bias in that way because it is a new character that we don't know versus like a character that we do know and really love. So like I'm proud of her. I think she did a good thing. I think that she's a good person. I am proud that she is willing to risk her life to save others. You know, like I like that aspect of her. I don't want her to die. Like, I don't want to lose her. Like, we've lost characters already. Shit seems real weird in this future world where, like, Gordo and Tracy are now divorced and their kids are, like, teenagers. And, like, Gordo seems really unhappy. And, like, I want to know the backstory. Like, I want to know how, because we left them in a happy place. I want to know how they got to, like, an unhappy place. And, like, who Sam Carpenter, Cleveland, whatever his name is, like who that is, and like what happened to Tracy. Like she doesn't seem to be an astronaut anymore. She seems to be like a television personality, or I don't know. Maybe she just became like the face of the program, which is what the president wanted when Nixon, right, at the time, like he wanted a blonde, pretty person to be the face of women astronauts. So maybe she became that, but like, I don't know. I'm curious about that. But like, yeah. Like, I don't know what's going on in this new weird future that we've sort of stumbled into where so much has happened in the intervening years that like we didn't see. I'm sure they'll touch on it because they know that we're invested in like Gordo and Tracy and Ed and Karen and Ellen and like where's Pam? Like we saw Larry. You can't really expect Pam to have stuck around for them to like be happy and married, you know, but like I'm curious as to where she is and like what happened to her. I'm curious where like Aleda is and what happened to her, unless I like missed it because I was trying to listen to like everything that everybody was saying, but like a lot of information was coming at me. I like Bradford so far. He's one of the new characters introduced, the military guy. Although like I do think it's such like a like dangerous and sort of silly game of chicken that like the United States and Russia seem to be playing with each other, of like waiting to see who flinches first and then like starting a whole ass war maybe based off of it. It's just like, can y'all just not, you know? But we'll see. We'll see where that goes. Gary seems nice. I wish I remembered Angela from Bones, like what her name is in this. Like, she said it, but I didn't retain it. So, but I like her. I hope we see her more because I always liked her in Bones. I think she's a great actress. I feel bad for Gordo. It seems like, I don't know what happened with him and Tracy. He seems sad. He's drinking again, which it was really good when he stopped drinking in the first season. His mustache is not doing him any favors. His haircut is not doing him any favors. He seems sad, and like he's going to these places and like sort of retelling these stories of like his heroics that weren't even really his heroics, you know, because she saved him, Danielle. And like he seems really sad and like trapped in this sad place. And I wonder, like, is he not still affiliated with NASA? Because we see Ed being like the admiral. He's kind of, I think, like what Deke was in season 1, right? He's picking who goes on the trips and who stays, and like he seems to have some level of authority and power at NASA. So I wonder, like, what happened to Gordo, because it doesn't seem like he's maybe as affiliated with NASA anymore. So I'm curious as to why that is and if we're going to find out. It also seems like Ed and Karen have adopted a girl. I would be curious as to how that happened. It also seems that they now own, maybe, / run the outpost. And they kind of made it into like a little restaurant. So also curious how that has happened. Also very curious, very fucking curious that Ed put squeeze cheese on his fucking spaghetti and is offended at Parmesan. Like, that's what you're supposed to put, Parmesan on spaghetti. Like, why would you ever put squeeze cheese on spaghetti? That's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. I'm not a squeeze cheese, easy cheese hater. On crackers, sure. I mean, I don't know. I haven't had it in years, to be honest. So maybe as an adult, I would be a hater. But like, on spaghetti? That sounds so nasty. Sorry, that just honestly sounds so disgusting. I can't even. I'm rooting for Gary. I feel like I missed the story of why Ed doesn't like redheads. Is it supposed to be because of Margot? Did I miss something? And I just don't remember. I don't remember. So right now we're dealing with a scary solar flare situation that happened really fast and like sort of seems to be like taking over and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know like what I was trying to say ramifications and repercussions at the same time. I don't know what the ramifications of what this solar flare is going to do. I don't know what the ramifications of it are going to be on Molly. I don't know what the ramifications are going to be on Wovo or whatever his name is, or just like the entire Jamestown colony, right? Like I just don't know. And so like that's kind of scary going forward, because also like what are the ramifications going to be on Earth? Like, is Russia gonna trigger happy do shit? Is America gonna trigger happy do shit? Like, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm very curious to find out. So I guess all that's really left is to watch the next episode. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching this episode with me. If you want to watch the next episode right now and find out those answers with me, you can right now over on Patreon if you're watching this on YouTube. While you're over there, you can also watch my entire full-length reaction to this episode, as well as all the episodes I've seen so far of For All Mankind. That is going to be over there as well. It is linked in the description down below, so very easy to find. Just do the little thingy and then click the little thingy if you're interested. I think that's all that I really have to say. I hope to see you guys next time for episode 2 of season 2. Until then, bye guys.